Hello, Sim friends. We have a new prize house for this update, and this is the Goth family Manor. And this is on the Ocean View lot. Um, I had done a remodel of this house. If you are interested in that, that is at the end. And also, I will be going over the inventory in this house. So you get all of those dead plants in the front, as well as the dead tree. And here is the basement. You are getting a lot of the Halloween items in here. I will say this: if you are not a fan of Halloween, or or if you do not like flashing lights, maybe pass on this house. Um, but But if you want to unlock it, just remodel it. It actually has the layout. But as I said, you are getting the Halloween items, um, and you are getting that greenhouse and all of the new items that you unlock with this house. You are getting those. Um, and you are getting the doorways in here. The I think it's a classical doorways, maybe. I think. You are getting that stove, and you are getting the Victorian items in this house, and you are getting the dining table and chairs. And as I said, all of the dead plants you are getting. That juice storage thing, you're getting that in that back small room. And you are getting the organ. You are getting those black chairs. And you are getting these beds, these king size beds. That I didn't have those in my inventory, and also the dark arch, the doorways, you get those. I didn't have those in my inventory. This house is a gold mine in inventory, that's why I that's why I built this house, because you have a lot of good inventory in here. Um I'm not a big fan of Halloween, and I do not like the flashing lights. Um, and yeah, but I built this house because I wanted the inventory. You are getting, like the bay, the windows, and of course, all of the Gothic items that you win in the event. And you are getting the wardrobes as well. And here is, the remodel. Um, I had used the new, like the Gothic exterior walls that we unlock um, with the crafting challenge, and then the nocturne Gothic fencing, and and the windows I had used. Um, I think that the windows are really cute. I do like those. They do have the time colored ones as well, and those are very green. So here is the front room. I made like a little the library in here, and I had used the Victorian items and the Gothic items all throughout this build. I didn't use a Halloween item in here because I don't like the flashing lights. And for some reason, you'll see in this that the lights started flashing, and I'm not sure why. but I had used the Victorian desk and also these black terrazzo, the countertops, all throughout this build. I had wanted to use black and green, and of course, um, browns in this build. And I had used that older the dining table, and then these chairs are from, I think, the classical update, I think it's called. I can't remember. And then here is, like the kitchen. I did not change any walls in this remodel. I was tempted to because I don't like the long skinny rooms. I think they're pointless. And this this layout has a lot of these skinny rooms. So I wasn't a fan. Um You get that black. I had used that black Highland fridge. So this house is very dark. Um, and I had used, the Victorian, like the wallpaper all throughout this build. And, um, and these rugs are older. The flooring, I think, I forget the name of but it was like a walnut colored flooring, although it looks really warm for walnut, but maybe it is walnut. And I had used, the black older, the TV in this build. And I know that in the Victorian era, they didn't really have TVs, and computers and iPads, but I had used those in this build because this is modern times in my eyes in this build. So here is the second floor. I had used the long skinny rooms to put in the brass Regency stairway. And then here is a laundry room. I had used the garage style washer and dryer, and then the black the countertops. And then here is a bathroom. I had used that black bathtub, with the curtain, and then and then that shower. I think that's the Nauvoo shower. And then I had used the cottage style sink, like in countertops in that bathroom. And then I had used the Mystic bed in this room. And I wanted to keep in with the Mystic, kind of Gothic, kind of the Victorian style. And then here's what I'm meaning by the flashing lights. I don't have any Halloween items in this, in this remodel, and yet the lights are flashing. It's driving me nuts. But anyways, so there is the green Mystic bed, and I had used the black terrazzo countertops as nightstands. And then I have the Victorian bed, in the bedroom. And then there's a fireplace on each floor because why not? As well as the Victorian the couches. And I tried to make use of the long skinny hallways, but it was just too awkward. So I had put in the countertops in there with some wine. And then here is the black bed. And then and then the black countertops. And then here is this purple and black bed, with the countertops. you know, those nightstands. And then, of course, in each room, you know, like has a laptop. And then here is this older brown twin bed along with those countertops as nightstands. And then I had used the kids' brown shelving. And then there's a bathroom there, you know, with that sink. And then that same shower as I had used in the downstairs bath. And then here is the Victorian bed, the same as in the other room. And that is the remodel. I hope you enjoyed.